our trusty shovel, dang it. Now I'm gonna dig us out of this mess. The entire family is back there watching us, I presume laughing.
I think it's worse than before.
Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
And welcome to Oman.
Oh my gosh, this country is so amazing so far.
We are doing a road trip all around Oman, and we are starting that road trip off with a bang. We are going straight through the desert. It is Wahiba Sands. It's this huge region that's in kind of the northeastern part of Oman. We are in a 4x4 Toyota Fortuner, and this
that
thing
we
is...
bought! It's our brand new car! We're shipping it back to the States from Oman.
No! It is a 4x4, and that is what you need to go through this desert.
Yes.
We are not experienced off-roaders. I've driven in the sand once, and that was this morning. So we are going to meet up with a Bedouin guide, which is, I'll tell you more about the Bedouins when we get into the sands. He's gonna take us across the desert, hopefully nice and safely.
Yeah, we hear that they can get across really quickly. Obviously, we're super inexperienced, so he's gonna show us the way, but maybe by the end of the day, we'll be keeping up a little bit.
I doubt it.
We're actually teaming up with Nomad Tours. They have provided us this amazing vehicle, and we have this sweet rooftop tent that we will be showing you guys in a while, and all of our camping supplies. They actually helped us organize today's journey, and we may have them help us organize some more fun stuff later on in the country, just so we can get the best experience without having to do so much research on our own, which is always fantastic. They even give you like pillows and blankets.
Yeah.
They give you everything.
We're sorted.
Yep.
So we can focus on the adventuring and not flying over a dune to our death. We have met up with our guides, Salim and Nasser, and they are well ahead of us, taking us directly to the desert, and we are just trying to keep up at this point. We are officially in the dunes now, you guys. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. One thing you have to do when you're driving on the sand is you have to lower your tire pressure, which helps give you traction. Whoa! Which helps give you traction in the soft sand. So what PSI do you lower it to?
Between 15 to 20.
So between...
But you have weight, so will not make it too much low, because you have heavy weight up.
Yeah.
It's okay, 19.5.
Okay.
So between 15 to 20 is very good.
Let me just tell you guys, this is already incredible. It was like all of a sudden you just hit the dunes and it's just this as far as the eye can see. All right, our air pressure is perfect. We've got four-wheel drive engaged. He also installed a little flag on his vehicle, and the reason for that is that when you're going over the dunes, you lose sight of the car, but the flag sticks up like twice the height of the car, so you can still kind of see where the car is.
Yeah, we're still a little timid with driving, so I imagine we'll be looking for the flag more than the car.
Yes. Into the desert we go. We're facing our first real, well, tiny dune that they're making us go up. We already got stuck once. I'm giving it another go. Yeah, we made it!
Woo! We just stopped after we made it up the dune, and Nasser told us that these dunes out here are used for racing because they're so big. So we saw some earlier ones where people go up to all the way to the top, but these ones are impossible, even with the best cars, he said, even the best drivers. So they only get...
The farthest they get up is like 3/4 of the way. No one can get all the way up that massive dune over there.
Yeah, but so if you're here in Oman and looking for a wild, I think it's Thursday and Friday night, come out to these dunes.
Oh yeah. What is it called again?
Rayhan.
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 Man, this smells amazing, you guys. Jeez.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Does this grow in the desert?
No, usually in the city. But if this I put it in the sun, it get dry. I can just put it anywhere. It will get.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it will come.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
So we have some good smells for our drive.
Yes.
Driving on this sand so far is a lot like snow, except I feel like you can brake a lot easier because you get a little bit more traction, but you really have to watch the elevation of some of these little bitty hills that you're going over, because if you go too fast, it feels like you're just gonna get airborne on it. And if you go too slow, you won't make it up.
He also told us when you're going over a steep dune, always go at it straight on, never sideways, because when you get to the other side, you could roll down the other side.
Yeah.
So, woo, a lot of things to keep in mind out here.
Little dune driving tip for you. But man, I'm having an absolute blast out here. We are so out of our element. We're doing something brand new.
It's so fun. And we saw camels. There are camels everywhere.
Yeah, they're just free roaming everywhere.
Yeah, and I think we should see a lot of little goats and sheep out here.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
When we have rain, this all you see dry one, it can reach around your level up to here.
Okay.
We just made a quick stop to talk about the plants out here. So apparently these little guys, they're little bitty, but they can get up past 6 feet tall. We should see that when we go out to the sea. And Nazir was telling us that back in the day, these were so big that when camels would go through, all you could see was their head or their hump. So now they're very small. I guess the rains have changed here, and so there's not as much lush greenery. But he was just trying to tell us there's a lot of life out here in the desert, even though it doesn't seem like it.
But I guess that's part of the Bedouin culture, is that they're nomadic, so they might be here while there's lush greenery, but then once that goes away, they would go somewhere else to find some other place to be. All right, nice little pit stop. Let's get back in these dunes.
All right.
They're having us go over the big one now. I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I don't like it.
I'm going. Here we go.
It's like straight down, followed by straight down.
So you literally just have to go straight. That was their advice to us.
Are you?
What the? Okay, we're going. Woohoo! Whoa! This is insane.
Literally everything in our car is just falling to pieces.
Oh my god. We're basically vertical. Here we go. Woo! Whoa! One more big bump we gotta get over.
Go for it. Ram it. Woo!
Well, that was terrifying.
That might have been scarier than roller coasters.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
Way to go, babe!
Took it nice and slow. We did it.
We sat down for a little pre-lunch picnic of fruits and local Omani dates, which have little almonds shoved in there. I don't know if I've really had dates that many times. They're kind of just like big raisins, right?
Sure.
Oh, there must be some spices on there or something. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I already
so
tried
good.
one. It's very delicious. But dates are huge here, so you're going to be seeing those all over the place when you travel to Oman.
Yeah, we'll be having it with coffee, which I think is the traditional way to do it.
Also got some nice shade, which is great. One of the few trees out here in the desert.
Yeah, so right past the Thousand Nights camp, there's this little rest area. It seems like everyone kind of stops to have a picnic. Just bring your trusty old rug to sit on because it's sandy out here.
Yeah. And take your trash.
Yes, take your trash, please. We see a lot of it blowing around, unfortunately. So take it back with you.
They poured us a little Omani coffee. It's very hot, so hopefully we don't burn ourselves.
Oh, we're gonna.
Woo! Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
It's not sweet at all, huh?
Yeah. The best also Bedouin coffee. The people who's living in the desert, they do it in a special way.
This is fantastic, yeah. Yeah, we usually like milk in our coffee. We're not true, I guess, purists when it comes to coffee, but this I could definitely drink on its own. It's got so much flavor, but it's really light and subtle too.
It's almost like tea.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a tea
it's like
coffee.
fragrant.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Coffee break is over. We have about 45 minutes until we reach our most exciting destination, which is an actual Bedouin home where we will be eating our actual lunch. They're cooking a feast for us. I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. Okay, bye.
I guess I gotta go. I'm driving, so. Okay.
Get in.
All right. We made it to the Bedouin home that we're gonna be having our late lunch at, and I got stuck about 300 feet away because we stopped to turn on the GoPro.
It was gonna be a cool shot.
Yeah.
And now we just look like a bunch of fools.
Yep, that's our tire right now, so we're gonna have to sort that out, but we made it at least.
Yay, lunchtime.
So this is the house here. They just invited us inside. Hello, hello. This is super interesting. So they just invited us in, and it's just completely sand floors, a little bit of metal, and then there's all natural material holding this thing up. And then they just have this mat on the ground, a table, and of course they serve us coffee and tea as soon as we get in. And now they left us, so I don't know what everyone's doing.
Do smell a good aroma in the air, so I think some food is coming shortly.
This is the material that they showed us earlier. This is just that brush that you find in the desert, and that's what they use to block the wind for the walls of the home. Oh, it's actually really sturdy.
They brought out lunch, and oh my word, there is so much delicious looking food here. They didn't quite tell us the names of things. They're having their meal on the other side over here, so they said this is all for us, eat as much as we can. We'll do our best, but we know this is some sort of chicken stew. It looks like there's beans and a bunch of veggies in there. Oh, it smells so good and savory. We have some rice, and then they have just some thin bread over here, I guess to mix it all together with. And this dish I'm actually super excited about. We picked this up on our way out here this morning. So this is lamb that has been cooked in a very traditional style that you would typically only eat at a celebration or a big gathering. It's not 100% done the normal way. So usually you take a lamb, you wrap it in banana leaves, you make a fire pit, let it burn down.
Like a huge fire pit.
A huge fire pit. He said sometimes as big as this room. You put the wrapped lamb in there, and then you cover it all with sand and you let it cook for a day or two. We didn't think we'd get to try this because we didn't think we were here for a special event, but
we're gonna get to try it.
We're gonna get to try it.
They're so nice and accommodating. I think traditionally they would eat this with their hands, but they give us some cutlery to use.
Yeah, and nice plates and everything.
Yeah, so we appreciate it. I am pretty psyched about this chicken dish. So there's some bones in there, so we gotta watch out for that. But it just looks so stewed and marinated in all these vegetables and spices.
Nice and tender.
Oh yeah. It's a very simple, delicious chicken dish. The flavor of all the spices and seasoning has seeped its way into the chicken, which is always great. That means the chicken is nice and flavorful, super tender. Oh, but don't get a bone. Watch out for that.
Here goes it. Oh yeah. You know it's gonna be good when it literally just comes off the bone like that. Oh. You don't even need a knife for this lamb.
Look at the color on that lamb. It's so good.
It's so good. It's so nice. It almost looks like jerky on the inside or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice and pink. It's super duper tender in there. It's just got the nicest little seasoning on there. It's a little salty, a little like clove or nutmeg or something. Makes it a little festive tasting. Definitely adds another dimension to the lamb itself, but it's just so tender. Oh.
Are you gonna share some of it, or are you? Okay.
This is my lunch. You can have everything else.
Holy cow, this lamb, you guys. Did I just say holy cow, this lamb? It just melts in your mouth. And there's this bit of fat here that it's just been cooked so slow and so long that it just rips apart. It's crazy. We are going to put the camera away, take advantage of our host's hospitality, drink all the tea and coffee that we can, and eat till we're full.
I'm so excited about this. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. We ate breakfast at 8:30 a.m. We just had too much fun driving through the dunes and we got carried away filming. So
and realized we were so hungry.
We were so hungry.
There is so much sand out here. It's just sand, sand, sand. Check this out. As we've been sitting here, items are literally just getting slowly buried in sand. Even inside here, because the sand seeps through all these little holes and just kind of fills the air. So there you go. My camera's covered in sand.
Keeps getting in my eyes, like in the corner of my eyes. It's in my nose, like it's in there. Yeah. In my teeth.
There's a layer of sand on my pants. We're one with the sand. No, we're not. Not at all.
I want a shower so bad. We're about to go out to try to get our car unstuck, and then the wind whipped up, and there's just sand everywhere. So we're all hunkering down inside until hopefully it passes. It was so peaceful and quiet until literally we stood up to leave. Oh Lord.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, so they told us we have to act as if we're alone in the desert and all we have are the local Bedouins to tell us how to get our car unstuck.
So we sat down with the mother and she just did this and then this.
I think she told us to just dig it out in reverse.
This is what she did. So, I guess that's what we'll do.
Oh my God, so much sand.
Oh, it just hurts. It's in my eyeballs. I can't see anything.
It's rough, man. Look at this, the sand is just whipping across like a snow draft or something.
It's hot snow, essentially, that's really crunchy in your mouth. Ugh.
These are our tires. I think we just need to dig out of them, which should reverse out. All right, I'm now the passenger and their son is going to show me how to get out of this mess. He's trying to just kind of go left and right and dig himself out of it. I didn't think to do that. Oh, it's kind of working. Unstuck, that's how the pros do it right there. Very nice. Thank you very much, bye. So we are on the final stretch. This is 40 kilometers, and there wasn't a road here until an oil company came in here and started drilling, and then they put this road in here. But the road has all but disappeared.
Yes, he said we might be the last people who drive this road because in a couple days it's going to be completely covered because of the winds.
Looks like you could get stuck very easily in this, but we're doing our best.
Yeah.
The sand is so much softer than all the other sand we've been driving on.
Oh, I'm really hoping we don't because it's 5:30 and our plan was to camp tonight. Obviously, we don't want to have to set everything up in the pitch black. We could do it, but it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
We'll see. I think maybe they're trying to decide if we should go forward or if we should say screw it.
See, they're literally assessing the desert right now. I can see them pointing around and they're trying to figure out the best way to go because they know these dunes. You know, they know where they could or couldn't go possibly.
All right.
I mean, at least that's what I'm hoping.
And we're off. They're blazing forward, so we'll see.
God, look at all this. Oh my God.
Feeling confident over there?
No, I'm not. Of course.
Oh, stop.
Holy cow, that one was crazy. Woo! Went a little sideways on that one.
Oh, I'm so sad that we can't actually get alcohol in this country because I feel like I need a beer.
We're gonna need a beer
today.
after this. Thank you very much.
Enjoy, yeah?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. You're a great guy. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We finally made it out of the desert. Oh my God, you guys, what a day. I have sand in every crevice of my body.
Y'all.
I feel like I'm made of sand at
It's
this
just
point.
like literally caked on
It's
everywhere.
And there's no shower in our future.
No.
So. But we did have an incredible time. Probably one of the coolest, most exciting adventures we've been on. 4x4ing through those dunes was like nothing I've ever done before. It was terrifying, but exhilarating all at the same time.
It was wild. It was so much more wild than I ever imagined it would be. We really thought that they'd be like, okay, let's go over a couple of dunes. Like, it'll be nice. We'll walk you through it. Hold your hand.
Nope.
No, they were just like, all right, we're off. The biggest, baddest dunes we can find, you guys are on them.
But boy, did we learn a lot about 4x4 driving.
Yeah, mostly Eric. I learned from proxy.
We also had an amazing time at the Bedouin family's house that we visited. After the food, we ended up just sitting there chatting with them, asking them just question after question about their way of life, how they get water, whether or not they have electricity, all this stuff. Too much stuff to put in the video, unfortunately. That's why I recommend just getting your own 4x4, doing the trip through the desert, and having the same experience we did, because then you'll know.
Yeah, and so the family was actually Salem's family who was on the tour with us.
Yeah.
It's his mom, his brothers, his sister live out there. It's such an amazing, unique way of life that they have.
We've actually just found a little camping spot for the night. We can't get out of the car. We were going to try to cook and set stuff up, but we can't. The wind is just whipping at us like a sandblaster.
Yeah, when we started this road trip, we went to the store and we got so many amazing meals to make on our little grill, and we haven't been able to cook any of these first 2 nights because the wind has just been atrocious.
Yeah.
So Eric just ran to the back and found cornichons. We got cheese. We got pita.
Perrier.
Perrier because we can't have alcohol, so it's our bubbly drink.
Yeah.
We're just gonna mix all this together and have ourselves a little snack in the car.
And we're going to show you guys more about how we're camping and stuff in our next video. We're going to do some wild camping in the dunes. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, hopefully the wind dies down for that. Otherwise, it's gonna
we'll
ruin
see.
a lot of our plans. Good night, adventures.
We'll see you on the road.